now speaking to the one and the only Mr. Rodney Ingberson of Black Out Fight Gear, ladies and gentlemen. This man is really passionate about what he does. He's one of the busiest guys out there when it comes to fight gear in the industry. Rodney, how you been, man?
I'm doing really good. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I'm glad to be here in California this weekend. We have a fun and exciting tournament on tomorrow. I Care Point, a Muay Thai kickboxing tournament there in Rockland, California. Got quite a few people coming out for that. I'll be doing a little seminar in the morning for some of the officials and all. And so it's a lot going on here in California, as always, not just because I'm here. Of course, you know, as we were just talking with Mr. Steve Awesome, who's talking about all the great things that are going on with IKF kickboxing here in the state of California. But Mr. Rodney, you know, you're always talking about all the great relationships, people that you have, made these great relationships with over the years. I want you to name a couple of people. I'm going to be first. I'm going to name a couple of people that I've heard you talk about. And this one guy's with the WWE. Rikishi. I got it wrong, right? Rikishi. Tell us a little bit about your relationship and his relationship with Blackout Gear.
It's kind of, I call it a godsend relationship.
Right.
This relationship started in Placerville, California, of all places. So somebody that I had watched, you know, for years on television, and actually my youngest daughter emulated the moves that he would do as a baby in her diaper. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Was her absolute favorite wrestler. And I was at a sprint car race up in Placerville, California, and on that day I was in the parking lot having a tailgate party, which I came from the skipperparties.com. So I walked around the corner of this event, and we were in the parking lot to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And in the middle of this parking lot was this man larger than life sitting in a chair.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe my eyes who it really was.
Wow.
And it was him. And I just kind of moved my lips. I said, and he's like, yes. You know, and I'm like, whoa. And so I went over there and talked to him.
He's a big dude, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
he's a big dude.
He goes about 4 something.
Wow. Yeah.
Tall, big
personality.
The heart that man has.
So how's he working with Blackout Gear?
We met each other that day in the park. I bet you we talked for almost 2 hours.
Right.
And you know, I don't think that's normal. Where you listen to meet somebody like that and just start talking.
Right.
We talked about everything, and then one thing led to another, and I bet you we talk on the phone every day now.
Wow. Well, he seems like a really, really down-to-earth guy. You also have another relationship with, I noticed when I posted the other day on Facebook that Hector Macho Camacho's Jr., posted a like or something on my Facebook page. I mean, if you guys don't know who Hector Camacho is or was, respectfully, rest in peace, one of the greatest boxers of all times. And so his son is also somehow affiliated with you, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, he did our Blackout commercial that we haven't put on television yet, but we have several commercials with him and Rikishi and a lot of the other fighters that we sponsor.
Right.
Hector, I met through a gentleman named Nate Wren, who's down in Bakersfield, California, who was a runner.
Right.
He introduced me to Hector's manager, and then same kind of thing, you know, from day one, we started talking, and now we talk almost every single day. And, but the vision is what these men were drawn to, the company.
Tell us a little bit about that vision.
It's about helping others.
Mm.
It's even helping others is even bigger than the safety aspect of the gear. So when I say help others, these men genuinely go out in the public and they don't ask for money. A lot of people think, oh, how much, Rikishi, how much you paying him to be with you?
Right.
He went on stage at Beatdown 209 in Modesto and literally told everyone he's here for a reason, because he believes in what we're doing, and that's helping others. And Hector's the same way. He's down in Puerto Rico. He was there last week, talking to people, and helping people. He goes to schools and speaks to people, and he lives in Panama, but he's always moving. But we all have the same vision, and that's just to help others. And good things help. Everybody gets helped when they help others.
You talk a little bit about your vision, and tell us a little bit about the story of how you got started. It's always kind of interesting how you said you sold your tractors or something like that to start the company. That's always interesting to hear. Tell the folks, and it might inspire these people out there who might just be sitting back and maybe dreaming of things instead of just going to get it like you did.
Well, yeah, I did, and I actually talked to the same man you had on your show earlier, Steve Fossum, who I call mentor all the time. And this crazy idea I had before I even did it. And, I kind of told him what he's going to do, and he gave me some advice.
Right.
But I literally told my wife, I got home from a job on December, I think it was 29th or whatever, in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm done. I'm not landscaping another day.
Wow.
I was a landscape contractor for 20 years. And I said, I'm done. And I said, I have this other thing that I've been working on. I mean, I was in my office every single night.
Wow.
Drawing and doing things. And, but there's a need for a safer gear, because gear's never evolved, I don't think, in the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that say it has, but cutting up open gloves and headgears and everything else, I haven't seen it. In fact, I think it's gotten worse.
Well, as I said, I've tried on your gloves. I wear your gloves when I train, and I'm telling you, they're some of the best gloves I've ever worn. And I'm not just saying that because you sponsor us and stuff like that. I'm telling it because they really are. I mean, they really pad your hand. They feel really great. If you haven't tried a pair of Blackout gloves, guys, or Blackout gear in general, you definitely need to try some today. Blackoutfights.com is where you can find out more about that information. Also, when you talk about the headgear, you have this new product that's coming out that you said is going to revolutionize basically headgear. It's called Brain Vault. Tell us more about that.
Called the Brain Vault.
Right.
Yep. So basically, we made the Brain Vault because traveling across the country, and my first trip across the country was to the IKF World Classic in Florida, and it gave me an opportunity to meet people across the country and talk to gym owners and fighters and just people in general who work out and, may not ever be in the ring, but they're all training and hitting each other. But I noticed there was a lot of 40-year-old men mostly that couldn't put two sentences together. And it's sad. I mean, it's really sad. It's like, what is your big plan? How many people really make it to become a professional fighter that gets paid, that can do it for a living? Maybe 1 in a million. So there's so many fighters out there with this dream to be rich off of fighting and everything, but you really got to have another plan. And
you got to protect yourself too.
You have to protect
yourself.
You
got to wear the right stuff that's going to protect your hands, your brain, everything.
Absolutely. There's fighters that we've sponsored that are hurt right now, and and it's like, always have another plan and think about long term. Don't just think about today. I don't need headgear. I'm tough. We all been through that stage. Every single one of us.
And it's not a matter of just like some organizations decide they don't want to do head contact at all. Fighting is fighting. It's got to be realistic. You're going to get hit. Yeah. You get hit head, body, and everywhere else. But you got to have the right gear that's going to protect you in the case those things happen. And wearing that right gear is just paramount. And you are producing that.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, tell them about some of the painstaking efforts that you go through to actually make sure that gear is top quality.
Yeah, to have the proper anything, you got to do your due diligence, right? So we've had our, not only cutting up everything on the market that's there to see how these things tick, but actually to take your gear to a major university, and I'm talking major university, and have it tested from an accredited medical unit at that university who tests military bulletproof vests. They test football helmets. They test everything. I can't say the name publicly because we have a contract with them not to say the name, but we do have the data. We have taken pictures there that we were allowed to show. Yeah, you have to do your due diligence and make sure that the impact of a blow is lessened. And I can tell you right now, and I think I could say this, I was at a USA boxing tournament the last few days up in Reno, Nevada, and there's a company there selling headgear. And I picked up the headgear, and I'm wondering, with our testing that we have done, this thing isn't even remotely close. And it's like, okay, so now I went and talked to all the gym owners through this that were in the stands. I didn't want to bother anybody.
Sure.
But people come up to you and they tell you things. And your headgear can't, it's not supposed to slip. It's got to impact, take the impact of a blowout. You got to be able to hear. You got to have peripheral vision. You got to see an uppercut. We've taken everything that we've heard around the country and tried to make a headgear around it.
Well, you also mentioned something about the military. Right. And I don't know how much you can talk about that, but, I saw the camouflage gloves with USMC, with the military logos or something on it. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I can say a little bit for sure. So we've partnered with another group. It's called Victory Systems, who is a company that puts products in the military. There's what we call it's certified. You have to be certified to even do this. Victory Systems is already certified, so they've partnered with us. They see our vision and what we're doing for safety, and yeah, we've already that process has already started.
Right. So now you're doing that because they are fighting in the military, and you're using that for them to fight.
Yes, it was passed this January. Our president passed a bill and made it good that all four branches basically have to have some kind of martial arts fight training, and it's not just martial arts as karate what we came through, but it's actually hand to hand because we're getting our rears handed to us and hand to hand across the the
world. I guess they've been watching some of those Facebook videos where they're seeing people over there, they're working stuff and they're really good at it, over in Japan and other areas like that. So it's time to get busy, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we have the the planes, the trains, and automobiles and everything we need to.
But you get on the ground, you're gonna get it taken to you.
Gotta be ready.
Right. Well, we talked a little bit about events. I know you have a lot of interest. This guy right here has more vision, and I tell you, than most people I've ever met in my life. He has plans about things he wants to do, and he's doing them. In fact, but he's talked about maybe doing some events coming up here soon in California. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir,
other than working with me with some events, Right. But you're talking about doing some other things. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. You were one of the guys I watched for years. If you don't remember, down here in Sacramento. So
yes,
absolutely.
Did I do okay, man?
You did awesome.
Thanks so much. All right. Thanks.
In fact, I wanted you to come back for a
long time. Oh, well, there you go too, right? So everybody's trying to get me to come back to California, but not right now. Right. So but we might promote shows here. So
absolutely.
Stuff. Yeah. Tell us about what's coming up.
So yeah, I as of a month ago, I got licensed with the IKF to be Muay Thai kickboxing. Yeah. Right. Promoter in the North State. I'll stick to my area. Mm-hmm. This is where I feel comfortable. In this area right now that I can get things done and work with Knox Pro, who Rikishi and his cousin Reno have a promotion down in Los Angeles, and we're going to work together on some things to they come well prepared. They got everything you need to do any promotion.
Wow.
So we're doing a lot of things with them, and but I think that the area that I feel comfortable in isn't making gear for MMA and boxing is one thing, but for me to promote one of those shows, I'd be kidding myself. I'm not ready for that yet.
Right.
Muay Thai, I think that I've been around it long enough and have people like, anyone from Master Andy, Master Judd, Cheetah, you name them, all these guys that I've been around with longer than the kids that have started now that go, who's Rodney? Well, I've actually been around when they were little kids.
Right.
So they taught me a lot. And, there's a lot of promotions that went on in this area for years. I just sat back and watched, and I think we're comfortable enough now to have something successful.
Right. Well, you're a passionate guy, and certainly Blackout gear is certainly just kind of really standing out among all the other gear, at least in my mind, that's out there right now. I think in the short period of time that you've been around, you've made a lot of leeway, man. I mean, you're in a lot of clubs and gyms, and I really highly recommend that all the clubs out there give Blackout gear a shot, man. Check them out at blackoutspikes.com. And you'll see what I'm talking about. This top quality gear, nice price on it as well. Yeah, right. I mean, it ain't cheap.
No, it's not cheap,
but it's quality.
We're the Lamborghini of boxing.
Right. There you go. There you go.
You can go out and buy and I'll say it, a Winnings for $350 to $500, which a lot of pros are wearing.
Right.
Or you can go to the guy who cut up every pair of gloves on the market and knows he has something better. And our top of the line glove is $199.
Right.
Top of the line glove.
Right.
We have gyms that buy from us all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very, very happy with our quality.
And I think people forget about, I was a trainer, as well, like holding like the shields and stuff like that. And that shock that goes through your body, I mean, it affects you in the long term.
Yeah.
And I think that making sure that it's that all the gear is properly padded and everything where you're not feeling so much. It's like having a bad tennis shoe, right? And you're out there running. After a while, you're gonna get shin splits. Right, because you're boom, 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 right? And it just takes that shock through your body. So what you're doing is kind of revolutionizing gear in the sense that it takes some of that shock out, whether it's hitting or whether you're getting hit. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. We have what we call a no sting Thai pad. So a Muay Thai pad that has literally no sting. You take some competitors right out of the box,
right,
for 2 or 3 weeks. Not only is the trainer going to feel the sting in his arm, but the fighter's going to feel it. Or the bigger issue is you have children that are holding pads in gyms all over the country, so they got to be able to lift them, right?
Right.
So 2 of our Thai pads are lighter than one of theirs. Mm-hmm. So a child can go longer in the gym and hold the pads up and not drop them and get caught with a kick because they can't keep the pads up.
So it's worth it for these trainers, to invest in this gear so that they can have longevity in their students and just longevity in general.
Yeah, it's the trainer's responsibility. Was a coach in high school for years, and strength and conditioning and baseball and everything else. It's a coach's responsibility to teach your students safety.
Right.
And I see a lack of teachers teaching them safety.
Right.
I get more often than not, hey, can you make this glove? I can get them from wherever for $29 or whatever. It's like, you're going to have to go get that glove. I'm not going to make our gear like that.
Right. Quality first. Well, tell us a little bit more about what's coming up in the future for you. What are your plans? What we're looking at?
We're going to go down to we've been working in Tijuana a little bit with some promotions down there,
right?
And so we're going to go down there on April the 12th. We have a fight down there, a boxing match, and then Jordan Dodge has a PKB, one of your events in Santa Cruz. We're going to be there.
You're setting up there
on 27th. Yes, we have a
great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jordan. I'm just getting beat up.
Jordan.
I'm just getting beat up about that over here. We got to get our blackout gear and our other PKB events across the country right now because I'm starting to get beat up, but that's okay. I can take a punch on the chin. What else you got going on, Rod?
I was proactive. I went in and
right, yeah. Right.
So, yeah, so we got that going on. We got Rikishi, the Knox Pro has a big event down in Victorville coming up.
Nice.
In May, in the middle of May, and you can follow him on Instagram. You'll see exactly the date it is at the fairgrounds there. We have May 3rd. We have a title fight in Mexico in Puerto Vallarta for Muay Thai.
Nice.
And then we've got a lot of things going on. In fact, I never thought in my life I would have a schedule, much less a schedule of days I have to find where I can. I never thought that would happen. To be
so the ICAF World Classic is coming up August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Orlando, Florida. You're going to be there this year?
Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to be. Actually, the plan is to have. There's 2 individuals that want to go on a road trip.
Oh,
and one being Felix Perez, the IKF president in Mexico.
That'd be nice.
And the other one is Rikishi himself wants to go on a road trip across the country.
Nice.
And they want to go to Florida.
Hey, well, here's the deal. I'm gonna have the ICAF PKB World Championship there, like I had last. As far as I know, I haven't talked to Steve. I'll say it live. As far as I know, I think he's gonna have us there. We've been there for like the last 5 or 6 years. It's a pretty great event there and everything. So here's the thing: your equipment is gonna be there. Hey, we did it right here live. So that's another one right there in my hat, right, Rodney?
Well, we've already agreed to make gloves for the IKF with Steve.
Awesome.
And,
so we know everybody's gonna be safe.
We're still working on designs, and I can guarantee you, you have my word, they'll be the best gloves anybody's ever put on their hands.
Awesome. Absolutely. Well, you know what, Rodney, I'm so appreciative for you being involved the way you are in the business. Thanks for being a part of IKF and really fight sports because you're making it safe for so many people out there, and we're really thankful for that. And we need people like you who are passionate, right? Who are willing to go out there and give it all they have to make it safe for our fighters and our athletes. Anything else you want to say out there to your folks, like even if it's just a thank you?
No, thank you, everyone. Like I said, it's people like the guys in this room surrounding me right now that is the reason I'm here. If it's not learning from them, it's watching them. And I can definitely say I've watched both of YouTube for a long time.
Thanks.
And everything's going in a good way. I had a little smack on the tree with my truck that woke me up in May, and it gave me that little boost.
Well, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that before we go. You kind of had a new kind of leash on life.
Absolutely.
You had a car accident. Yep. You wrapped around a tree or something like that. The tree came to you, I believe. Yeah. The tree came to you.
It came out and hit me.
Right. Tell us a little bit about what happened, and we'll close it out here.
I was actually at a race event up in Chico, California, and with promoter Felix Perez. And
right.
I could tell you all I had was water to drink, so
right.
that's out of the question.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I was driving home through Penn Valley, California, which is out, basically in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And a deer came across the road, and I gently went to the right to just go. The shoulder looked wide, but my tire caught a ditch.
Wow.
And next thing I know, all I can remember is I hit something, and it was a culvert. It was in the ditch. And I had a 10-minute conversation with somebody upstairs, and there's no way you can have a 10-minute conversation, asking for things if it happened in 1 or 2 seconds. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So that changed you, though.
Yeah,
that made you see things different. What did it make you see different? How did it make you see things differently?
Well, it's just I just asked for a chance. That's
okay,
what happened.
I got it. I got it.
I said, please, God, don't let me hit a tree and hit a tree.
Right.
So,
right.
Maybe that's wake up, Rodney. And,
right.
And the police and the fire department and the ambulance said I shouldn't have made it.
Wow. So we're glad to have you around, man. That's a great story. And I think that I'm glad you got a second chance. And let's black out the world.
Black out the world.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today. Our second edition of Johnny Davis Live here today. We've been speaking with the Black Out Gear CEO, Mr. Rodney Ingbersen, right here in Newcastle, California at the IKF headquarters. Hey, thanks so much, guys, for listening to us today. We've been having a great time. I'm excited about all the stuff that's going on here in the IKF world. And of course, with AK Promotions. If you want more information on all of the events, you can check out IKFkickboxing.com or akpromotions.org or blackoutfights.com as well, guys. Hey, this is Johnny Davis Live, and I'm checking out. See you soon. Bye-bye.